The Storybook of Princess Denise and Prince Richard. Hello everyone, I'm Prince Richard, and yes, I'd prefer to be King Richard, but unfortunately there is only one king in the Kingdom of Canada, so I'm only a prince. And yes, our king sucks and should be dethroned and sent to the dungeons. This is Princess Denise. And yes, she's temporarily mad at Prince Richard, as she didn't want the prince telling the story in public. However, once the prince explains his reasons, the princess will be happy again, like always. So the prince explained to Princess Denise that this is a joyous occasion for two reasons. One, it's a birthday celebration for the princess, and a huge one at that, thus the gathering. And two, it's the first time that the two sides of our families are meeting. Once I explained this to the princess, she became all happy again. So this is a fairy tale story that started a long, long time ago. It's a short story about a princess and a prince. So way back, Prince Richard would visit this big, big city called Chicagoland for work purposes. And back in this time, he met Princess Denise, who worked in the big, big city called Chicagoland. Prince Richard lived in the Great White North in a small city called Saskatoonland in the country of Canada, while Chicagoland was far to the east and south in the country of the USA. Now this is mostly a picture book, as you can tell. However, back somewhere there is an actual storybook. Perhaps Princess Denise has saved these stories. Now Prince Richard would visit Chicagoland when he could, and Princess Denise would visit Saskatoonland when she could. Now this was basically a long distance relationship that made both the princess and prince very angry. You see, once upon a time, Princess Denise quit her job in Chicagoland and moved to Saskatoonland. Now this was a big undertaking to move to the Great White North. But after 17 months of trying, the King of Canada just wouldn't allow the princess to work in the Kingdom of Canada. And understanding Princess Denise's nature, she had to move back to the south to pursue her current career. Yes, communication was tough for the prince and princess. It started with smoke signals, Morse code, followed by the phone, Skype, texting, and finally FaceTime. The prince was trying to convince the princess to invest in an oil well, but you can tell by the look on her face she wasn't having any part of this. Well, the prince and princess have somehow survived this long distance relationship and actually have had the good fortune of being able to spend a lot of time together, doing such things as family holidays, family vacations, and even some work trips. And somehow they've just found the time to visit each other. Now sometimes Princess Denise would just get overtired from some of their travels. And we all know the princess loves Canada. And even the wildlife in the Great White North, like the princess. And Prince Richard wanted to do this in Chicagoland. At the special place by the lake. But with Princess Denise's new career, this just wasn't possible. Now the princess comes from a very, very large family who hail from the southern Minnesota hamlet of St. James. Well, they're a great family, and Prince Richard has enjoyed every occasion that he has had with them. But he asks forgiveness for not having all of them in this picture book. Now look at the princess's youngest sister having two goblets of drinks at the same time. The prince only thought his family was capable of this. And the prince's family adores the princess. So Prince Richard decided to ask the princess's family if our marriage would be okay. And the princess's sister, Angie, gave a thumbs up. Yes, alcohol might have been a factor in the decision, but a decision is a decision. So the prince asked his most bravest knight, Sir Walker, for the same approval, and he gave the all okay. So, Princess Denise, you are Prince Richard's best friend and have been there for him 100% through the good and the bad. So this is where the prince has to ask the princess to be his wife and make the prince a happy, happy man so they can live happily ever after. See, Greta, I told you by Christmas